This is part 3 of unit setup. As always, if this is a little different from your printed directions, always follow your printed directions unless stated otherwise.
Turn on computer. Log on to computer, EagleSoft, and Bingo. Verify V drive is visible. Turn on back cabinet light. At this time, move on to other items while computer is loading. Retrieve the following from the top cabinet of each unit. Chair barrier, you will need 3. Light handle barrier, you will need 2. Computer mouse barrier, you will need 1. Air water syringe barrier, 4. If applicable, there is the air water syringe, saliva ejector, HVE, and dental hygiene handpiece. You will need 1 trash bag. A bracket tray barrier is arriving soon. Tape and coverall tape, 1 square, and 1 bit. The gathering of supplies and unit setup can be done in any order. Retrieve one of the following from the drawers in the unit. Air water syringe tip, saliva ejector, HVE if needed, 2x2 gauze packet, and cotton roll packet if needed. Retrieve the following from personal storage container. A red pin, a black pin, a bib clip, a patient protective eyewear, 1 sheet protector, patient mirror, and 1 sticky note. These will all be in your personal storage container.
Not in the back of the cabinet. For videoing purposes, we don't have a personal storage container, so we put some of the items up there. We do not have all of them.
Place coverall tape barrier on dental light switch. Hint, if corners of tape are folded down prior to securing it on, switch will aid in removal.
Folding the corners down.
Tape sheet protector to counter. Note, reference materials may be used at the treatment units if the pages are in sheet protectors. The protected pages and the outside of any notebook must be wiped with a disinfectant wipe after each use. Reference materials should be kept in the student's personal storage container and used only when needed. Put 1 sticky note on the counter when paperwork will be completed. Place air water syringe tip, saliva ejector, and HVE. Note, to secure air water syringe tip, push outer ring in. Place air water tip in, release outer ring. Gently pull on tip to verify that it is secure. Place barriers on chair barriers. Headrest, back of patient chair.
You want to make sure you pull it down to cover the buttons on each side.
Backrest of clinician chair, tie behind chair, and the arm of the assistant chair. Tie at any arm.
Notice how you went from the side. You can do that or the top, and you will try to get as much air out. And then just do a simple slight knot. If you keep a little tail up, it's a lot easier for tear down. There's only one way to place for the assistant arm, since you have a pole on one side. Again, trying to get air out as much as possible, doing a little twist, loose knot, keeping a little tail up so it will make unit breakdown so much easier.
Light handle barrier, each light handle.
And these just slip on. You place it on one end, slide it over, and tuck it for the other end.
Computer mouse barrier. Computer mouse. Trash bag, bracket tray and controls. Bracket tray barrier arriving soon.
For now, we are using a trash bag. If and when we get bracket tray specific barriers, you will utilize that. Notice he's coming from the side, making sure it's all the way covered on the back to the front. Sometimes you have to work with it a little bit because it might be snug. And then you will take the controls hoses out, place the barrier over the holders, and then place each of those items back into their respective holders.
Next, you will do the air-water syringe barriers. The air-water syringe, saliva ejector, and HPE. On the barriers, there is a slit located on each one corner of the protective barrier. You will use this slit to puncture the HPE, saliva ejector, and air-water syringe through.
Because that opening is slightly larger, you might have to force it a little bit more, but you'll find the slit and then just force the HBE tip through it.
Place unopened instrument cassette, cotton roll packet if needed, and 2x2 gauze packet on bracket tray. Secure bib clips to the patient bib and place on bracket tray.
But that will be later in the step because we will actually, nope, that is correct. I'm sorry. Place it on the bracket tray.
Remove protective eyewear and mask. Place protective eyewear on counter. Discard mat and unit trash bin. Replace barrier items, coverall, tape, etc. in unit cabinet if not done so already.